Hey, we're talking about Nobody 2 up next on Geek Out SA.
Do not attempt to adjust your YouTube video. We control the stream.
And welcome back to this Super Saturday. We're here having fun.
Wait, can you check on yours? I don't know why, but
On my what?
On your, can you share the screen with me and check? Because all of a sudden when I went to you, you are blurry. Maybe if I go to me. Hi, this is me. Hi. Let me go back to events. Okay, you're better. I don't know what happened. Go ahead. Tell the people all the things.
No, it's blurry.
Now it's not blurry.
Oh, now it's not blurry? Oh, I'm looking at after.
Yeah, you're seeing it after.
Okay.
So it goes to me and then it goes to you and you're not blurry anymore. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so talk to the people about the things.
So, yeah, we're talking about Nobody 2. I was really excited to see this movie. Super excited to see this movie. You as well?
No, I want you to look at the camera because I've got it just on the U view. We got to figure out some.
I got to see like what you're seeing. Put another monitor up so I can see what you're seeing.
Well, maybe if I just do like this, you'll know that you're supposed to look at the camera.
Okay.
And then if I do like this.
So we'll determine that offline. But right now we're talking about Nobody 2. So I was really excited about seeing this movie when I heard about it. And it seems like it came on real quick, like all of a sudden.
Yeah, it didn't seem like we had a whole lot of advertisement of it, but I don't know if the first one was really advertised all that much either. It seems like we just kind of fell onto it.
No, I think more so than this one, because I was excited to see the first one, because the first one seemed really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I was just inherently inside, like my best friend and I, as soon as he found out about it, he was texting me. He's like, oh my God, there's going to be a Nobody 2. Because, we really all loved the first one. So we were like, yes. And I was hoping that it was going to be kind of a John Wick type situation, where we were going to get kind of a recurring storyline that we liked. I think they tried to do a recurring story. Like they tried to take us from the end of the first one.
So here's something that you're not going to ordinarily hear from me. I really did not enjoy this movie whatsoever. I didn't like this movie.
Okay, everybody's shocked. I'm shocked because normally Vince loves every single movie there is, and I'm like, meh. I didn't really like it. It wasn't that great. Vince's like, it was fantastic. I love that movie. There's only been, like 3 movies that you didn't like?
Well, now there's 4.
So it was, what was it, Bebe's Kids?
Bebe's Kids, the new RoboCop.
The Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four, the second iteration of them.
And Jim. Didn't you hate Jim, or Jim was tolerable?
It was tolerable.
Yeah.
You hated Jim.
Well, I didn't hate it. It just wasn't Jim. It was just like Pretty in Pink or something. But anyway.
So now this 4th one is Nobody 2.
But did you hate it? Hate it?
No, I hated it.
Like the way I hate movies?
I hated what they did with this movie.
Really?
So here's the number one thing. You don't get the inner monologue that you got in the first one. That doesn't exist in this one. And I kind of like that inner monologue.
I was trying to remember. I think we do. I think maybe you don't remember it. Or maybe they allude to the inner monologue. Like when the guy slaps his daughter on the back of the head and he's walking out. He's not saying anything to himself. Maybe I'm hearing his inner monologue as I'm watching it. Maybe there wasn't actually any inner monologue.
No, he's like saying it under his breath.
No, but I could have sworn that they did like inner monologue for him for that scene. No, did they not? And maybe they didn't. And maybe in my head because.
And if they did, it was very minimal. It was very minimal. So I don't know. I didn't really enjoy that. I didn't enjoy kind of everything that made Nobody was that he was everybody felt like he was nobody. Now everybody seems to have their eye on him.
So I think I disagree with Vince on that part. It's not that everybody has their eye on him. What I didn't understand is, and maybe you understood this better than I did. So in the first one, he burns up all the Russians' money, right? So in the second one, he's paying off the debt for burning up all the money.
And they don't
to
even,
who?
But they just mentioned it like very briefly at the beginning.
Well, to who
But
and why? Why is he? Who does he owe this to? Because the man that he's working with is not one of the Russians. Like we assume he was like maybe part of his handling team or something at one point. Mm-hmm. They never really tell us who this guy is. He's in the first movie and gives him some information. And he's in this movie and he's sending him on jobs. But it's because he has to pay back the money that he burnt up. So I will say for that didn't mesh. I didn't understand where they were going with that.
Right.
Like I understood that, okay, so when you start off Nobody Won, it's these mundane tasks of his day. What did I say?
Nobody won.
Oh, shut up. It's his mundane tasks of his everyday, right? Get the coffee, go to work, do my run, do my exercises, get the coffee, go to work, do my run, do my exercises. So in Nobody 2, then it's the mundane thing of get my stuff and
they do that same thing, but they do that with him like killing people.
Right. So it's get my stuff, go kick some ass. Get my stuff, go kick some ass. Get my stuff, go kick some ass. So he becomes tired of that too. Then that becomes his mundane life. So it's, I guess, what I think they were trying to show is that within him there's this beast, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say there's this beast or whatever. And I think that, to me, I think they were trying to go with this kind of, like I felt like they were trying to go in this kind of accountant route.
What I think they tried to do, how I'm seeing it, what I think they tried to do was they tried to go for way more comedy than this type of movie needed. The first one went through and it had little quips here and there that were funny and made you laugh. But when you look at this one, they tried to push so much more of that into this movie that I don't feel it belonged there.
Well, I really don't think that they got to the comedy stuff until towards the end. And then it's like the Griswold family vacation meets John Wick kind of thing that I thought was too goofy. I think at the beginning, I thought they were kind of on track at the beginning. Like, you know, they're trying, they're going, they're showing his life is mundane again, only now it's so mundane. Like, how do you go from, okay, at least when I have my mundane life and I go and I kick people's ass, then I'm not mundane anymore. But now my mundane life is kicking everybody's ass, right? So how do I take that to the next step? And so they kind of are trying to, I think, to lay this foundation for he enjoys it, right? It's something that he likes when it's not a job necessarily. It's what it seemed like they were trying to lay down. I don't know that they laid it down well.
Not well at all.
But it seems like they were trying to. So they're trying to lay that down for us, and then they're still trying to give us the whole, like, he's a family man. He still wants to have the family man life. You know, he's back in this rut of not doing well with his wife. He's late with the trash, you know. And so then he comes up with this, to me, it was a very Griswold moment. He's like, oh, we're going to go on vacation and we're going to go to Plummerville where I went when I was a kid, you know, and so we're
going to go to Wally World.
Right. Right.
That's what it seemed like they were going for at the beginning or towards the middle. So I want to be able, I either wanted to see either more of that or none of it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I agree because
they needed to pick a direction to go to, and they tried to go in all different directions.
all directions
and it
at
didn't
once.
make sense.
Yeah, all directions at once. And they try to build up the story for us because, again, this is where I get the accountant thing. So we know from the first one that his dad was military something. He and his brother both have military something, right? They've told us in Nobody that he was an auditor, like he went in and did stuff that the FBI, CIA, Black Ops, they're not allowed to do. He did it, and it just happened mysteriously, right? They don't really say if his brother did that with him or his father did it before him, but in some capacity, they're all like that, right?
Right.
So they give us this vision that he has where he's standing there doing his staring thing, which I do love when he stands there and does his staring thing and he's off in his own little land. And he's doing this staring thing and he's remembering, he's remembering just how wonderful Plummerville was for the only vacation he got to go on with his dad and his brother. And he's staring, and he's accidentally staring at the sheriff in town. Who's the bad guy? Dun, dun, dun. Like, it's so contrived, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the sheriff is all, oh, I'm a big... And, dude, the actor who plays him, he looks like nobody. Like, that's the whole point.
Well, isn't
So
that
why would the
Tom
sheriff...
Hanks' kid?
No, not the sheriff. The guy who is Mr. the Hutch, or whatever.
Oh.
That actor looks like he could be anybody. Like he could
Right.
be, you know what I mean? And the sheriff is a big guy. So for him to even be like, oh, why are you eyeballing me, boy, or whatever. Like, you're the sheriff of a tourist town.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a nobody guy that you see in the hot dog stand with his family. Like, it just didn't play out well.
No, not all of a sudden just like that.
Yeah, it just seemed like they were trying these things that just didn't play out well, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you were like...
That's what I'm saying is, like, him seeing that didn't show him as nobody.
Right. Because
That
if he
showed
was
as somebody to keep their eye on.
right, because if he was nobody, he would have just been like,
Blended in.
well, and the sheriff would have just been like, what's wrong with this freak just standing here staring?
And if they
Right.
went that route, I
Might have
would have
been better.
understand then I would have understood that better than them doing it the way they did it.
Right, because he could have just walked up to him, because he's just standing there staring. He could have just walked up to him and been like, hey, buddy, are you having a stroke or something? And then he would have been like, what? Oh, no, I was thinking about my childhood. And then he could have just patted him on the back. Like, yeah, let's make him be nobody, right? Let's not engage him. Let's not do that. So I think you're right. I think that just finally clicked for me. That was one of the things that started to spiral it off course for me.
Yeah.
Because now he's on their radar.
It was before that point. I was excited for it. I was like, this could be cool.
And it wasn't terrible at the beginning.
No, it wasn't not the beginning, but at that point where he just like,
Yes, it was at that point.
that's where it turned for me.
Yeah.
The whole movie, and it was like, this movie does not make sense anymore.
Well, and then it was just like every contrived trope there is. So, like, okay, we already see in the first one that, his son, has this complex just like his dad and his grandpa before him, where he wants to save the day or whatever, because he tries to stop the burglars in the first one. Well, so in the second one, he's done something, he's been in a fight or whatever. So they've prefaced that. So then we're in the arcade at Plummerville, and the kid gets into a fight with, shocker, the child of the town mayor, who's also a bad guy. Dun, dun, dun. It's just like, it's so tropey, right? It's so tropey. Like, I felt like they didn't need to go there. There could have been a different way for him to have gone. Like I needed his family to be out of it completely, like the kids and everything, right? Just like they were in the first one. Like, they know that he can do that, but they don't see him that way. That's what I needed it to be, right? But as soon as the fight happens in the arcade, they're all like, don't go there, dude. Like, don't do it or whatever. And they're telling the boy, don't do it. And it's just like, you want them to kind of live in this land where they know what he is, but they kind of are hoping, he's become Mr. Family Man. And then he secretly goes and tears shit up. Not like in front of everybody in the arcade.
Right.
That was the other thing that bothered me. So one of the workers at the arcade, because he's a goon for the goon squad, and because the son, Hutch's son, Mr. Nobody's son, messes up the mayor's kid, he slaps Hutch's daughter on the back of the head. Well, you know right then. That's fine. Set us up, right? We know right then that dude is in trouble. Okay?
But here's what they did in the first one. He broke over a kitty bracelet. Like, that was his focus, was that stupid kitty bracelet in the first one. This one, it was actually something which it didn't follow the same. It didn't follow the same story of why he.
Well, it just didn't make sense that he would do it in that public arena. Because in the first one, they're on the bus and he beats the Russians up on the bus. There's only like that one girl. It's not in a huge public place. Like most of the places where he's beating people up, he's gone to find them or they've come to find him, right? So which I was okay with the whole duck boat thing because that kind of mirrored the bus thing, right? There's just the old couple and they've got their headphones on and they're listening to the whole like talk or whatever. And so nobody on the duck boat knows that he's kicking people's ass, right? So, okay, I prefer that. Like, that's the whole point. He's nobody. Nobody's supposed to see him. Nobody's supposed to know who he is and what he can do. That's the whole point of him.
Right.
So then for him to go into the arcade guns blazing, well, now he's not nobody. Now he's just an asshole with skills who went and busted up a bunch of people in a arcade in front of a bunch of kids and stuff. You know?
I don't know. I had after from that point forward, I didn't enjoy the movie whatsoever.
I mean, there were parts of it that I still enjoyed. Like, I really, because that guy slapped his daughter in the back of the head, and because, like, I feel very mama bear about stuff like that, I was like, yes, that guy's ass needs to get kicked. So I was glad that he did it, and I knew he was going to. The whole, like, buddy cop thing that they tried to do, too, with him and the mayor's son and all that, that was a little contrived as well, I thought. Yeah. Like, if you're gonna...
I think another thing that got me was Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone's acting was horrible. It was bad.
Oh my God, I have to agree. I mean, it was bad. And she does this little dance thing, and let me tell you, you are not allowed to dance like that unless you're Sam Rockwell, because that's his dance. That's his I'm evil dance, and it's very believable on him, but it seemed like she was trying too hard.
Right.
Like, it just didn't work for her. And again, I feel like they were trying to mirror it too much. It was like, this worked in the first one, so we're going to do this almost exact same thing, except try to make it a little bit funnier in the second one. But, you know, because here's this, because in the first one...
I guess she wanted to play a different character other than something like Basic Instinct. Which I would understand a Basic Instinct, but she's like way too old for that now.
Yeah. Well, no, I get that she's supposed to be an unhinged baddie. Okay, that's fine. But
she she didn't play it.
She didn't pull off unhinged baddie.
No.
Yeah. I didn't believe her.
She pulled off, I'm trying too hard to be an unhinged baddie.
Yeah, that's exactly how it played out. It played out as like, I'm trying really hard to seem like I'm this.
Like, she didn't know how the character would do the things that she did.
Right.
Let me just see how this plays out.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to come in and I'm going to be the dealer, and and now I'm just going to rip your eye out and kill everybody who's been cheating along with you. And then do a little dance and hug my dog. Okay. No, like, and there was no lead up to that either.
No lead up.
It just happened like all of a sudden. There was no lead up. They were just like, oh, she's a bad bitch or whatever. Not like,
A lot of this stuff didn't have any lead up.
and then that makes you wonder if it happened like they got rid of it in editing or what happened.
I mean, for them to play out right, they would have had to added another hour to that movie.
Well, I feel like it would have been really easy to have, because the mayor, no, not the mayor. See, I can't even remember. Maybe it was his brother. Somebody's telling Hutch that she's really bad, like destroys bloodlines bad, like she comes for your kid, your dad, your mom, your aunts, your uncles, like all of that. So trying to describe that she's bad, and then we cut to this scene where she basically has a casino and then she catches a guy cheating, so she comes in and is the dealer, and then she kills him and his whole crew over it. We didn't need all that. All we needed was kind of like a montage of her like killing people. Like we just needed to see like whoever he was talking to, I don't remember who he was talking to. Let's say it was his brother. His brother could have said like, "Oh, she was responsible for blah blah blah," and then they show like a little clip of that, and then Hutch would be like, "Oh shit," and then he'd be like, "Oh yeah, and she was responsible for blah blah blah," and then they show like a little montage clip of like that destruction, and then Hutch would be like, "Oh shit," like something like that, so that it built up a little bit for us.
Well, I don't know about a montage because that's kind of like 90s stuff.
Well, not necessarily a montage, but like little clips of
And
her.
here's also the thing is, here's one thing that I did like about it is was the appropriate use of music. Like the music a lot of the music feels like it wouldn't quite fit the scene, but it kind of did fit the scene. And it's a lot of this older music that was played.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that they did well in the first movie too, is they gave us good music that went along with it. So that was something that I was looking forward in this, and I thought that they did that pretty well. I will agree that they did that pretty well.
Because this music went with it, even though it
Didn't
really go with it.
Yeah, it didn't really go with it. I mean, I think there was some good points to it that you didn't really, I don't know, catch. I think when I go to a movie like that, and I'm going to John Wick, I'm going to The Accountant, I'm going to Nobody, I'm going
I
to
caught everything that was in there. I just didn't think it enhanced it any to make it good.
Well, I wasn't going in for it to be like super enhanced. Like I'm going into it because I want to see a lot of violence. I want to see somebody who kicks a lot of people's ass, right? And so I got a good amount of that. And I like it when it's someplace weird, like where they're using stuff like in around them. It gives me that kind of whole role-playing feel where it's like you don't have any weapons, but you're on a duck boat and you have a life vest and you have, an anchor, and what are you gonna do, And so I like those parts of the movie where he's in those fight scenes and that stuff. That
It makes you feel like you're in a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I get that.
And it's that whole like relieving stress, right? Like the whole world sucks and is mundane and everything, and then I'm like, but on the weekend I kick people's asses, I don't know, there's some allure I get for that. So a lot of the reason I want to go see this movie is that's what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for these really good fight scenes. I'm looking for him to be in these fight scenes where he's getting stuff that, is non-conventional. Like, I can go into any movie and I can see somebody with, a bunch of guns, Uzis, AKs, whatever the guns, I don't know all the guns, blowing each other away. It's not as fun to me. Like if I want to see them beating each other up, like I want to see, you wrap the anchor cord around somebody and hit the switch and it yanks him off the boat, by his neck. I want to see that kind of stuff, you guys have kicked each other's butts.
Kind of violent.
I am a little violent. I do have some violent tendencies. And the other thing that I like about him is, and it's again that kind of John Wick thing, is he's not untouchable. Like, he gets his ass kicked. I mean, granted, he's going up against a huge number of people most of the time, but he does get his butt handed to him. So I think that there were some redeemable things about it. There were some things that really pushed it off the edge of not being a great movie. It was a tolerable movie. Like, I wasn't pissed that I watched it. I was just like, meh, it was good. It was tolerable.
Not pissed that I watched it, but pissed that it could have been way better. Like, I could have written something that was way better than that.
AI could have written something that was better, let's just be honest. But, and I think...
I'm saying I could have, and I can't write. Well...
I think that there were points in it that were good. I think one of the turning points was, again, the mess with the sheriff. That was some baloney. Then the mess with the mayor. That was also some baloney.
And you couldn't even believe him as a good bad guy.
No, you couldn't. You just wanted to slap him in the face and tell him to shut up. Like, he wasn't it for me. Like, it
and like
wasn't.
everything that happened, you knew was going to happen.
Yeah. And then I think the final nail in the coffin was the final fight scene. So I get it. Like, here we are. Oops, wrong camera. I'm talking. Just like in the first one, whenever it's one guy, and this has happened in lots of, you got it in the Accountant, John Wick, that are all in this same genre. It's one guy against a whole army. He's got to have a place where he can stand his ground, where he has, hidden all the weapons and the things. I get it. And I get that they're on vacation, and so it has to be this. I hated that it was that. It was too, I don't know. It was like Zombieland meets...
I was going to say Zombieland.
Right. It was
You get that Zombieland feel.
Yeah. And Zombieland's supposed to be funny. So I can take it in Zombieland because it's supposed to be funny. That's the whole point of Zombieland, right? It's ridiculous. And there are some things in Nobody, like when he's on the slide and the knives come up and stuff, you're kind of like, ooh, But for the most part, it's like, they're going through a water park. They're shooting each other up. Christopher Lloyd has a giant, gun, and he's plowing down everybody from a higher position. I think the only thing that was good about that scene, and which I thought played out in too quick, was when the kids are at the cabin, and Hutch's brother is there at the cabin with them, and you don't realize that his brother is the one that's there. You think it's the mom. That was the only part that I thought, oh, that was a good switcheroo. I thought that was good. They did a good switcheroo there. And again, the son is, he's going to follow in dad's footsteps or whatever, where the next one, instead of Baby Driver, it's going to be Baby Nobody. But then it becomes a little contrived that the mom shows up to help Hutch. Like, as if she thinks that Hutch needs her help. Like, she would have stayed with her kids. She wouldn't have gone to Hutch. She would have stayed at the cabin. I liked the switcheroo, but I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I liked what they were trying to do, but I didn't buy it. So.
And how they, set it up. Oh, you're really good at shooting.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah. Oh, Mom. You really did good at
Oh,
this.
you think so?
Oh, that's not foreshadowing. And then, of course, here you have Sharon Stone with her, monologue, her soliloquy, her going on and on and on in bad guy style,
She was a good bad guy in Total Recall. She was Quaid's wife.
Yes, she was. She was. She was good in that. Yeah, I don't know. And some of that maybe we don't blame on her because it may have been the way she was directed, like the way they told her to act. You don't know, like, what their vision was for her or whatever. Because they seem to like that kind of crazy, dancy, self-absorbed, because that's who the bad guy was, the Russian guy in the first one. Mm-hmm. He was that way too. So maybe that was what they were going for. Again, it seemed like they were trying to go for the same thing.
And they shouldn't have.
Yeah, no. There was so many ways they could have done that better. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's initially my problem, is they didn't stay true to the original movie.
Well, I thought they tried to stay too true to it. Like they just tried to mirror it. They tried to mimic it.
They tried to mimic aspects of it, but it didn't feel like the same movie. Like at all.
It just didn't feel enough like he was, like you said at the very beginning, it didn't feel enough like he was nobody. Mm-hmm. He was too out in the public eye. Like everybody saw what he was doing. Mm-hmm. Everybody saw what was happening, you know. It just didn't play out. So basically, a 2 out of 5 jalapenos. Are you only going to give it a 1 jalapeno?
No, it a 1.
No jalapenos? There was some good parts in it. It wasn't total trash.
There wasn't enough good parts in it for me to call it tolerable.
I thought it was good.
For what the work was, like I said, they tried to make it a comedy. They tried to make this a comedy when they shouldn't have made it a comedy.
Well, but it was a comedy in the first one, but it was
Not
a different
really.
kind of comedy.
Not really.
It was like
It was like little spots here and there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like a wittier comedy.
This
was trying to be like a slapstick,
and that's what he does most of the time is comedy. I think he wrote for like Saturday Night Live or something like that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think when it went full Griswold for me, that was this is too much. It was too much. Like they could have, if he wanted to do family vacation, they could have like gone to a resort somewhere that happened to be, you know, owned and run by, you know, let's not be contrived and be like Cuban something or whatever, but we've already had the Russians, you know.
I think they could have done it well had they done it well. It could have been done right. If they did it right.
You mean like Plummerville would have been fine?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think would have made Plummerville okay for you? I kind of put you on the spot with that question.
What would have made Plummerville? Well, what makes it not okay for you?
So for me, it's the goofy setting. Like, it's just, I couldn't get out of that goofy setting, Wally World kind of, you know, I don't know, the setting just didn't work for me. It was too camp. Like, they tried too hard to be funny, I'm telling you. That was the thing. It was too, like, if it had been... Was it the place? Because I don't think the place matters. I think the place did matter. Because then they set up the whole end scene to play out in that place with all of these things around these rides and games and like that. I didn't like that. I wasn't loving that.
Well, I think it would have worked had they actually done stuff in the park.
Like, what do you mean, done stuff in the park?
Had they been seen doing more in the park and not, oh, let me half-ass it, it's closed for 24 hours.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, now maybe that would have worked better. Because you don't see his family doing anything in the water park. You don't see them enjoying any of that stuff. So you don't see these moments where he's there going around the park thinking in his mind, oh, that would be a good spot for this. Oh, that would be a good
You
spot
just
for
get that all at the end.
Yeah. Okay. That plays out better in my mind. Maybe that was what
That
was
could have
what
turned it around for me.
Yeah, that was what the disconnect was. Because they go there and the water park part is closed. So they're like, oh, the water park is closed. Here, have a coupon for some hot dogs. All right, let's go get some hot dogs and get,
piss
into a
off a
fight
sheriff.
with a sheriff for no frickin' reason. Okay, then we get a freebie to the arcade. Okay, we'll go into the arcade and then we'll get in a fight with the mayor's son. Oh, great. And then we'll try to kick everybody's
Because
ass.
it could be to where that interaction with the sheriff was happened because of something that may have happened inside the park.
Yeah, it could have been.
Like they accidentally broke something or something to that matter.
I just don't think I don't know that the interaction with the sheriff added anything.
Well, not the one that we got.
But I don't know that any interaction with the sheriff would have added anything. I don't know that there was any point to that. Interaction with the mayor, yes, because the mayor's the one who's like the head honcho on her payroll. He's the one who's, moving the money and stuff for
Right.
her. So I would have been okay with the whole arcade scene with the two kids, and then the mayor's pissed off. And then the mayor's like, hey, your kid messed up my kid. And he and the mayor have a confrontation. And then the sheriff kind of puffs up at him like, oh, I'm the sheriff of this town. I'm going to be following you around,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. That would have made more sense.
Right.
It just seemed like it was a bunch of missed opportunities, right? They just didn't quite hit the mark. But I think now that you said that, that would have been it. That would have been it. If
So
they would have just...
But why did they do that?
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't have the money to film in the water park more than once?
We're closed.
We're closed. They were trying to give us the Griswolds. Oh no, I've come all this way for my family vacation and it's closed. So I'm going to kick people's asses.
That would have lent itself well to the original movie. Because he goes crazy over this freaking bracelet.
Yeah,
That would have made more sense to me.
yeah.
That he would have gone off because he wasn't able to get into the place. That would have made it okay for me.
Yeah, but then still, he's gone off because he can't get into
So then
the place. But then
then he's like, well, I'm just going to go anyway. And he goes in there, and then that's where he gets in trouble with the sheriff.
instead of the hot. See, and that's what I thought he was gonna do.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was gonna do. I thought he was gonna be like, look, we came all this way to go to this water park, and this little girl, she doesn't even know what she's talking about, right? It's closed for no reason. Like, I'm gonna go find an around way, and we're all gonna go into this water park and do whatever we want to do because who's gonna stop me? I'm gonna kick people's asses, right?
Right.
That's the way I thought it was gonna play
Right.
out. So that probably would have played out as well if we had seen that. And then again, yeah, they're in there, and then the sheriff gets pissed off because they've gone in there, or they see them doing some kind of deal in there, which is why it was supposed to be closed off to begin with.
Right.
And then they get caught up in all of that
It's
way.
frustrating. I really wanted to like this
Yeah,
movie. I
I did
really
too.
did.
I did too.
And I just really didn't.
Didn't quite get there.
It just didn't hit the mark.
No.
Not at all.
No, yeah. I mean, I would have streamed it and watched it.
It's a stream, but it's a stream that I'd probably fall asleep on.
Yeah, you would have. I would have watched it for all the fight stuff, but
Yeah.
and then I would have played my game during the stuff that I didn't like, and then I would have made something up in my head that tied it together better.
Because that's what you do.
That is what I do.
A
That
lot
is-
of times. I was like, that didn't happen.
Literally what I do. I have seen a whole different movie that other people have not seen.
It's like, what are you talking about?
You know, hey, the movies in my head are pretty good. What can I say? So yeah, we were kind of bummed.
It's definitely wait till It comes out on Amazon. I think it's going to go to Amazon.
The first one's on Amazon, so.
Don't pay to go see it. We
See,
paid for it.
I hate saying that because I hate to say that because I don't want theaters to die. So I hate to say.
They got to put out better movies then.
You know what they need to do is
Like, I probably would have wanted to see The Naked Gun better.
Yeah, I know you would have, but I wouldn't have.
That would have been awesome.
I hate Naked Gun.
Yeah, but it's Liam Neeson.
I hate Naked.
I
I
think he
hate
could
all
do
of
something
that
funny.
campy bull that you like. I hate all of those things. My friend, my bestie, he loves that stupid stuff too. Men in Tights and all that stuff. Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and all that campy stuff that you guys like. Val Kilmer, or that whatever that one was.
Oh yeah, Top Secret.
Yeah, just horrible stuff. I can't take it. But yeah, maybe we don't tell people not to go to the theater.
That were decent, but for the most part, I didn't like the movie.
It makes me miss dollar movies. I'd have seen this at the dollar theater just to see
Yeah,
it on the
I would have
screen.
seen it.
Yeah.
But we were expecting this to be a great movie, and it just wasn't a great movie. But that's nobody too. But I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in it. But if you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, click on that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so the next time we go live, you know. But thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
And I'm Colleen.
Geek
Geek Out
Out
SA.
SA.